Hi, beautiful beings of light. This is Yana, and welcome to my YouTube channel, to Yana Kalai community, to this kind of ascension portal, sacred energy, where I'm reporting multidimensionally regarding the ascension, exopolitics, right? Because we're dealing with aliens, negative aliens, and good ETs. As we're exiting the darkness, we're going back into the light, align with the universal laws. We are bringing or implementing the Galactic Codex here, so we can finally see and feel the divine justice. Because the perpetration, infiltration, all this damage and all this abuse of our rights, the abuse and violence, torture, tyranny, totalitarianism, the satanic kind of Luciferianism agenda, it's simply not my style. I don't like it. So hopefully many people are kind of feeling the same way. That's why I'm creating the videos. This is my channel for you guys, for my soul group, my soul siblings, people who resonate with my message, who feel the same, that what's going on, we feel almost like strangers, we're not being understood, and we're trying to express something. People are either they're lashing out, or we kind of feel the consequences, just because we are very powerful, we're light, and we came here to make the change. We're the change makers, we're the different drummers, we're the system busters, right? We're from the Pleiades, from the Andromeda, from Sirius, from Arcturus, from Antares, from Lyra, and other star systems and constellations, and from this galaxy and Milky Way, and even other universes, and so on. Because enough is enough. This planet, right, needs to be liberated from that consciousness slavery, from those dark forces, because it's all about evolution, consciousness expansion. That's where we're heading, right? We're transitioning to the next octave, harmonic universe number 2, where everything's about soul connection, consciousness expansion, and living in peace, harmony, unity, Christos Sophia, consciousness. So welcome, beloveds. Today I go over the New Earth jurisdiction as we're implementing the Galactic Codex. I expanded on some of those paragraphs, so see how that goes, how that unfolds. And what else? I'll touch base on the first 10 amendments of the Bill of Rights. And of course, I have the universal law. So there are so many things to study, to go through. So again, I just kind of allow, let go, let God. And we also have to learn, or I am here to teach. Because I study the negative, all these, the agenda of those negative ones, right? We're training in dark arts. For me, it's very important to know that, so we can expose it, so then we can transform it, transmute it. Violet flame. Thank you, Saint Germain. And we're going to do, of course, some positive affirmation, or violet flame invocation as well. And so then we can ascend, transcend. So, and of course, I'll talk about many modalities of how to heal. One of them is violet flame invocation. The other one is really take care of your immune system, superfood, fasting, Marina Jacobi, quantum manifestation, and her detox 101. Lisa Renee, she's excellent. If you guys, you're kind of on the similar path or journey, or you experience aliens or ETs, good ETs, right? As we're connecting to we're connected to the command, Ashtar command, the Galactic command, and so we are kind of being guided, instructed with the volunteer soul. Came here for a specific mission, right? We have an assignment. We are here of service, so we just do what we gotta do, okay? So this is a different story here. Different party parties going on. Like we live differently, okay, in accordance to God's divine will, with harmony in nature, just like people in Telos. There are brothers and sisters in the inner earth, or of course helping us with healing, with ascension, with transformation, and with that transition process, because it's a process, you know, for some people challenging, tumultuous, and those who kind of done the inner work, you know, who've done lots of studies, who invested money and time to that inner work, that inner healing, that you know, kind of feeling that inner power within, right? Taking courses, classes, traveling, Sedona, Arizona, I mean, Red Rocks, hiking, and just, you know, feeling the power of nature and the power of healing and the healing mechanism that is within your body, because you're taking care of yourself, you're meditating, you're doing yoga, right? Yoga background. That's also my forte. I mean, yoga, Ayurveda. I love those scientists, as I always did more than 25 years ago. We just need to go back to the original selves. We need to go to our divine essence, our natural state of pure consciousness. That's who we are, and no more to that slavery, and no more to that tyranny, and you know, all these nonsense mandates, and people are lying, and all these deceptions and misinformation. You know, we're just saying no to that. Okay, so my videos are for educational, entertainment, and informational, educational purposes. I'm here to inspire you, empower you, giving information the way I interpret it through my soul signature, energy signature. It's kind of my story, right? This is also sharing wisdom with you. How you guys then interpret what I'm sharing with you becomes your world, your reality, your story. What you do with it is your responsibility, as we are very powerful co-creators with the divine. We are watching our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, our deeds and actions. Of course, we have been hacked, right? Our consciousness hijacked. All this MK Ultra, poison in the food, soil, water, air, and so on. So part of it is to deprogram ourselves, rewiring the subconscious mind from this old programming, all conditioning, and so on, right? Start opening our throat chakra as well. Start speaking our truth, or feeling our truth, right? So we can finally kind of leave away that stress and then tension. Having God sovereign free boundaries, very important. Also talking about the decalcification of the pineal gland, opening your third eye, extrasensory perceptions, as we're multidimensional. Very important to understand that you know, we're the eternal living light. That's who we are. We are very powerful, right? It's we are now also activating our light body. We're 99.9% energy, 0.1% matter, right? So working with sacred geometry, okay, being in your heart structure, right? Center. This is your core. Okay, very powerful area here. The heart as brain, right? And it's 1,000 times more powerful than the brain in your head. But once, you know, you sync that mind with your higher heart, you connect to your higher self, you connect to that sacred mind, to the mind of God, and you are infinite, eternal, timeless, limitless. It's called a samadhi, state of samadhi, nirvana, satchitananda. That's a Sanskrit name for existence, knowledge, and bliss. So, of course, my videos are for starseeds and indigo warriors, empaths, sensitives, whistleblowers, I mean, evolved souls, just people who who came here to make a difference, you know. Just we feel very different here, and just kind of having a hard time to connect with the most of people, right? So that's why I want to just kind of spread the message out there, and hopefully I can also finally connect with my tribe, with my soul siblings, soulmate, and you know, raising the frequency vibration, so I can finally be also with my galactic family, star star family, as well as this is our future, bright future with free energy technology. Now, we are talking about the Tachyon technology for healing, the med beds for healing. The crystals are also being activated, so that's why very important to activate our DNA. We are changing the carbon-based DNA into crystalline DNA, as the crystals, the deposits underneath the earth, they are also being upgraded and energized, right, with those big crystal generators of free energies, because those who remember, we are the ancients, right? The ancient Lemuria, the Atlantis, the golden the golden age of those ancient civilizations, as we are right now entering the dawning of the new golden age, the Aquarian age. The leaders, Saint Germain, the ascended masters. I work with the ascended masters, and of course I work with the solar rishis, the rishi sages of the Himalayan mountains. Here you have Satya Sai Baba, and I don't have a picture of Mahatavar Babaji, but Param Sayogananda, right? He had his self-realization fellowship in Encinitas, California, and I do want to create those kind of communities in ETs, kind of yoga disciplines, soul camps, ashram. This is what I resonate with. So, and for really creating beautiful communities, being in beautiful relationships, in beautiful nature, we are ascending, and that 4D can be really challenging for many of us, but doing the inner work and using those tools. So yes, I'm talking about those tools. So let's center ourselves, and we'll invoke that tube of light of that violet flame for protection. So just taking a few breaths. Inhale and exhale. Just feel the tension leaving your body. You're centering yourself in your heart. The intention goes from the mind into your heart. I usually put hands in front of my heart as a prayer position. Make sure you're comfortable and your spine is straight. Inhale light. And exhale everything that doesn't serve you anymore. All the stress and tension, all this old paradigm is leaving your entire body, your energy field, your mind, and your emotions. Here we go. Beloved, I am presence bright. Round me seal your tube of light from ascended master flame. Call forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I am calling forth wildfire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I'm one with the wild flame. Beloved, I am presence bright. Round me seal your tube of light from ascended master flame. Call forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I am calling forth wildfire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I'm one with the wild flame. Beloved, I am presence bright. Round me seal your tube of light from ascended master flame. Call forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I am calling forth wildfire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I'm one with the wild flame. Just feel the protection and transformation of that sacred violet flame. Thank you, Saint Germain. Also very important to make those connections to the crystal core of Mother Earth, right, through your heart. and of course make the connection to your higher self, the cosmic heart of Father, Mother, God. There's a 3 hearts meditation on my website yanakalai.com / it's on Ascension. You can also join us for Unity Meditation with Sandra Walter. We've been doing that for more than 5.5 years, just building the momentum, the Christed light within us, around us, right? As we're the spiritual warriors, we're the system busters, you know. We are the new humans of that ancient, from that ancient race, the builders. But I'm not talking about the new human, the transhumanism. I am talking about the Christed ones, the one in Christ, in Christos. We are going back to that original template structure of that angelic human DNA with 12 strands of DNA, crystalline heart, and plasma light body. Okay. And of course, I am all about understanding self. So we'll be doing 108 times. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. You can also, in this morning I was meditating, or I was also saying the earth is the planet of violet fire. The earth is the purity God desires. And of course, New York, New York, New York. I would say New York is those who especially live in city or state. You can say New York is the city or state of violet fire. New York is the purity God desires. But if you're in a Florida state right now, right? I am in Florida. Actually, beautiful weather. But today I have to go to work. But I was really, the weather is incredible, enjoying the ocean, the sky, the sunshine, the waves, the sand, the beach. Just give gratitude to Mother Nature, because it's very powerful now being outside on the sun. You get all the minerals, vitamins from sun. That's our source, that's our energy. And of course we have that sacred sun within that sacred chamber of our heart. So the divine spark that is within us. So connect with that as well. Okay. So, and here we go, 108 times. Those, of course, who want, you can join us. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of hot fire. I am the purity God desires. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So very important to keep that going, flowing, that energy of unconditional love, of forgiveness, of transformation, transmutation, of joy, of freedom, of mercy, of liberty, right? So we need that. So thank you. That was actually gift dispensation from Ascended Master Saint Germain back there in 1950s. So those who feel or they're drawn to this kind of work, please do that every day to build the momentum, to cleanse yourself from all these negativity, cleanse your aura, energy field, your chakra system. Of course, listening to solfeggio tones, right? Tuning to that universal frequency of 432. It's very important. So we get back to that original rhythm of Mother Earth, her cycles, the rhythm of her heart, as of course it aligns our hearts as well, right? And our mind can be reprogrammed, rewired in a very natural way. We don't need any kind of medication, or people who are on drugs and alcohol. Just start appreciating yourself, love yourself, and slowly and surely, just kind of release yourself from all that. Just be compassionate with everything that happened to you. Kuan Yin, right, the goddess of compassion. Just very important. Surround yourself with loving energies, because the energies are here of divine goddess, divine mother, holy mother, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, right? We're also transmuting the negative ego just by chanting the violet flame and being in nature, connecting to the crystalline core of Mother Earth, and of course feeling that connection, that love within that sacred chamber of your heart, the middle of your chest, right? The divine spark of Christos resides. So just kind of very simple techniques and tools to use each and every day for liberation, for health, for ascension, for well-being, for joy, for happiness, and bringing heaven on earth, right? Peace on earth, very important. So, my beloveds, I kind of did some editing to that, to my credo. There's a credo for the New Earth jurisdiction as we're implementing the Galactic Codex. You can find that everything on my website, right? yanakalai.com. You're welcome to incorporate that into your life, change it according to your likings. I just want to remind you that we are a freeborn spirit. We're not identity, right? That entity created by the U.S. corporations. Very important to align yourself also with the lawful soil and land jurisdiction. And I am here talking about the Galactic Codex and universal laws. Align yourself with God's divine will within that sacred chamber of your heart, within your heart, being in your heart structure, and rewiring, reprogramming your mind. Because we're the divine beings of light, and that's what it is. And we're going back to that original constitution of 1776, and no more of that anti-life draconian jurisdiction. That needs to go. And there's lots of demonstrations, and people are awakening, and they start kind of seeing things that they didn't see before. All these injustices and zero common sense, right? It's just because the energies of Christed light, Holy Mother, has been distorted and perverted by those satanic councils. Okay. And with their Luciferian agenda. Remember, you're American, you're not a property of that crown of England, the false king of tyranny, right? And even that U.S. federal government, because they pretty much are controlled by the elite of the Swiss banking cartel. You have the Davos group and the black nobility mafia family. You have to claim your sovereignty. I am the authority. I'm God, sovereign, free. Okay, and you're aligning yourself with the natural laws, with the law of one. So we have the universal laws were implemented here upon the surface on this planet 2012 by the Light Alliance, the Galactic Federation, and they're assisting us with a planetary evolution, liberation from the dark forces, and transition to the higher realm, to the next octave, the fifth dimension. Universal laws supersede the old third dimensional jurisdiction that has been distorted, twisted by the upper echelons of the shadow government, shadow military with their Luciferian satanic agendas, unfortunately, right? And so since then, the off-world elite and of the Dark Fleet, and their minions, the Cabal, the Deep State, the shadow government, and the Illuminati must comply with and respect universal laws. Okay, it's just simply that's how it's governed, the structure, the order of the divine, of creator, that all has been distorted and hijacked and perverted, all these reversals, right, and all these inversions by those draconians, aliens. That's why, guys, you're welcome to study or read this book. They're really horrible races that invaded this planet Earth, and they think that we're their material, we're the genetic material for them, and they're doing all kinds of experimentation. They were doing all kinds of experimentation in those underground military bases, also on Moon and Mars, and not only to the military guys, but to children as well, right? So they're doing all kinds of cloning, they're doing all kinds of stuff through our genetics and creating all kinds of hybrids, hybridization programs. Guys, horrible things were happening, especially in there was the Tulsi and Taos, right, New Mexico, in those underground. It just it's really heartbreaking. It's nasty. It's atrocity. It's total abomination. It's disgusting. Okay, but they're the good ETs. Okay, the benevolent ETs helping us with the ascension, with the liberation, right, of this planet. So it is now your light beings, right? This is now your responsibility to tune to those frequency vibrations of the higher earth, of your higher self, of the ascended earth, right? The 5D earth, or Gaia, or Tara, however you want to call it. So it's time for us to liberate. Of course, we have the Galactic Command here. They're helping us, okay, a lot, because you know, we were dealing with the AI, the inorganic AI, disconnected from God, from source. Anyway, I'll go over it as well. So this is just something for you to think about, or just expanding your consciousness. That's pretty much what I do. That's my main goal, to expand people's consciousness. And so the dark forces and their negative alien agenda, I call it NAA. That's actually from Lisa Renee's newsletters. And the oligarchs and their multinational corporations and pharmaceutical industries covering up serious genocidal crimes against the Earth population have been ignoring, disrespecting the natural laws for a very long time, and to such an extent that now their power and jurisdiction on planet Earth is null and void. Their abuse of power and authority in commerce, religion, science, medicine, technology, media, I forgot media, entertainment industry, academia, and politics, with its on and off world military branches with highly advanced alien AI technology like DARPA, robotics, right? They were making robotics out of us. You cannot make a robot out of a yogini. Has become horrendously unfathomable, and they all will be prosecuted for all the heinous crimes according to the divine plan by the Galactic Command. The negative aliens and their secret space program, and the shadow military extraterrestrial industrial complex with its Black Sun operations and covert sound wave weaponry for psychological and biospiritual warfare on global population, including mind control, genetic engineering, and galactic human sex slave trade, will have to answer for their atrocious crimes. They are being charged for high treason and will be prosecuted by the High Command under the Galactic Codex that has been implemented at this time in the space-time continuum. The Galactic Codex represents the legal basis for all actions of the Galactic Federation in this quadrant of the universe. It represents a systemized code of inner ethics of all souls, of solar light, Christed light, which reflects their inner truth. The Galactic Codex forms an essential part of the New Earth judicial structure that defends the basic rights and liberty of all sentient beings in this universe. It aims at developing a harmonious and peaceful galactic cosmic society based on truth, integrity, unity, solidarity, and sovereignty. So let's go back to the basics, or the sections of the Galactic Codex. Number 1 is the law of divine grace. We have the right for positive experiences. We have the right for ascension. We have the right to go back to God, to source. We have the right for transformation, for healing. And what I've noticed on my journey, right, especially around this kind of the military atmosphere and so on, that for some reason, if they cannot get you where they want you to be, okay, then they revenge. They're revenging like crazy till they destroy you. And here we go. I call upon the Ashtar command, and here I am. And this is just part of my story, guys. Only take what resonates with you, because you know, it's every human being, with soul, with heart and soul, woman or man. You know, we have the right to feel the connection with God, with Source again. And those who are ready, who want to do the work, right? All these cleansing, clearing, purification, reconnect with God, with Source, feel their eternal self, right? We are here to protect. We're the guardians. We're the mentors, you know, for others, you know, how to do it and make sure they're protected. So that's why also, you know, the Galactics, you're welcome to call upon them, because they are like millions of spaceships, Pleiadian spaceships around. Again, we just have to tune to that frequency vibration, right? Walk in those energies of love and faith and trust and grace and gratitude, right? And just kind of, and feel that grace, because it's time to live in grace. Enough of that karma, enough of that proxy wars, you know, of that synthetic, you know, AI, that false matrix, of these reversals and perversal, degradation, corruption, right? So I'm part of the group, like we're exposing all the wrongdoing, especially in the military, what's been happening there in the underground to those soldiers, you know, the Marines, the military guys, and so on. So it's not easy, but it is what it is. So we have the right for positive experiences, of course. We have the right for spiritual and physical abundance. The universe is abundant. Free energy. I already talk about it, right? That's what we need to liberate ourselves from all this paying bills and this insurance, that insurance, and you know, going to work that makes zero common sense, and driving a car. I mean, there's technology, you know, of reverse engineering, you know, levitating cars, spaceships back there in Nikola Tesla's factories. They were producing that 120 years ago. He light up the Chicago for free, okay? So so it's time to go back to that kind of timeline, but at the same time, we're also embodying our future self, our ascended self as well. And we have the right for ascension. We have the right to connect with our soul family, with our tribe, with our galactic family and star family. And we have the right for all information. You know, that's why I'm teaching the kingdom of heaven is within. All the answers are within you. Doing the inner work, you know, ask yourself each and every day, who am I? Why did I come here to this planet? What is my mission? What are my gifts and talents that I can share with the world and be of service? So to kind of understand your role, you know, very important, asking yourself. And so reading books, right? Reading books, educating yourself, see how you feel, you know, just going outside and meditating, you know, just to kind of bring yourself into that alignment of your true self, who you truly are. I mean, the amazing books that I was reading when I was 21, right? That was the autobiography of a yogi. And then I talk about The Alchemist, yeah, the Paulo Coelho. To realize one's destiny is a person's obligation, okay? It's a wonderful book. And then, of course, here, when I start reading these books from Telos, I immediately reconnected with that book. I connected with our star family in that's the underneath Mount Shasta, California. They're also helping us, loving us. You know, they're our family. They live in peace and harmony. They have incredible society. You know, their so-called government, I mean, it's all spiritual hierarchy. So it means who is advanced spiritually has the most responsibility, but it's always it's for everybody, prosperity and abundance and peace and joy. They're celebrating a day each and every day. Every day is a celebration, okay, because you're aligned with God's divine will as well. So So that's kind of what I've been going through and learning and harmonizing, all these energies and everything that's been happening and integrating. So it's lots of work. That's why I want to guys help you just to make it easier for you and full of grace and joy and playfulness as well. So let me see. And right for freedom, right? We have the right to be free. I mean, freedom, liberation, and here all this censorship. When you say something, you're trying to speak your truth. Hush, hush, hush. You can't say that. It's like, no, slowly but surely, people need to open up and start saying things. Hey, this is my truth. You don't have to believe me what I'm saying, but I have to express my truth with loving kindness. This is my divine right. That's my inherent, that's my birthright. Okay? So be aware of that. And of course, part of the Galactic Codex Section 2 is the law of dividing parties. If there's a conflict, that the forces of light, they divide the parties in conflict to protect them from producing mutual harm to each other, and then the light forces mediate the conflict until it is resolved. So, and just to make sure that the wars are ending, no more armed conflicts. Okay, then there's the law of balance. And the Galactic Codex has it kind of done or explained this way. There's also law of balance in this book. The light shall set you free. And actually, that's the law of rhythm, law of gender, law of cycles, law of polarity. So understand that as well. And of course, Lisa Renee, she has her material. It's on my website, yanakalai.com page about. And you can print it out, the natural laws, the 13 principles of natural laws that will bring the divine order in first within yourself. And then we can bring that divine justice on the outside. What goes around comes around. That's the law of cause and effect, right? We have to be now responsible for our actions, for our thoughts, for our energies, for our deeds. Very important. And here they are stating, right, that those beings, they act against the principles of Galactic Codex, and they refuse to accept it. Those who chose to live against it, then they are contacted and they say, hey, listen, you need to now balance the consequences of your actions. And of course, if those races, and especially those negative aliens, right, and we have also the Illuminati cabal thing going on in that shadow government, fake government with fake jurisdiction, right? So they need to start balancing, or they need to answer for their actions. They need to start seeing the consequences of their actions. And so then they'll be, of course, forgiven. They need to start helping us, with the ascension and with restoring this planet, from scratch. Because it's been abused and violated, contaminated, and all this devastation, just chemtrails, GMO food, all these shots. And in the military, they actually have some kind of cocktails, mixtures of parasite. It's patented for military application. Okay, so it's unbelievable what's been happening. It just goes, it's mind-boggling. It goes beyond any comprehension. So, and anyway, so if they accept, they're forgiven, those dark forces, right? They're forgiven. And if they don't accept it, then, willingly, unwillingly, I don't know, then they are pretty much taken to the central sun. And the soul essences are restructured with the electric fire, and the divine spark begins a new cycle of evolution, right? So, because there are sabotaging our evolution process. They are doing everything not to ascend, all these proxy wars and contaminating the planet, and just they were trying to, the wars, with the wars, they were trying to damage all the portals, the ascension portals and Mother Earth chakras or energy field. Not anymore. With all these, reversals, right? All these robotics, all these lunar forces, their alien machinery, the sex misery program, and then MK Ultra thing, and the gold algorithm, MK Ultra, and all this pollution. I mean, all kinds of parasites that there are AI. even the CV is actually nothing but nanotechnology, unfortunately, of those negative ones. Okay, so that's why the good guys, the good ETs, have technology. They can deactivate that stuff, and then through diet, through cleansing, distilled water, being in nature, you can flush it, right? You have to get it out of your system and start rewiring your subconscious mind and activating your DNA. So they do have that technology. How do I know that? I'm the experimentation here. I'm the experiment here. Everything that was done to me, whether through MIC, and DARPA and SSP, all this damage that was done, and just sucking energies and making robot out of me, or even assassin. It's just like I'm a yogini. It is what it is. I created program for the military, back then, and it is what it is. We're moving forward. We're ascending. It's all about evolution, expanding consciousness, reconcile. Very important to reconcile, right? But there are solutions. Make this world a better place, make America great again. That's what we're here all about, right? Serving Lord, serving God, Christ, walking with Christ energies. They're within us, around us, but they're helping us. The Ascended Masters, Solar Rishis, and good ETs, benevolent ETs, with their advanced, a highly advanced technology for healing, for restoration, for cleansing our ocean, our soil, and water and air, and building those beautiful domes in harmony with nature. They have all that. So we just need to be educated, informed about it, and do the inner work, doing some healing. Okay, and then of course we have the law of that's the law of intervention. Well, intervention, and now we're actually implementing the Galactic Codex, because it's just the darkness has been so huge here. This prison planet, this enslavement. Just the atrocities been happening. That's just unbelievable. Like I said, it goes beyond any description. So there's an intervention, of course, in this situation where the Galactic Code has been violated, and here for quite some time, and the darkness became extremely huge here on this planet, Mother Earth, that she cried for help. That's why we heard the call, the volunteer souls, and then there was the convergence in 1987. I felt the difference. So I'm like the rescue team, from the Galactic team, from the Galactic Core, from the center of the universe, right? It's like, hey, we need to come here and do something about it. We cannot continue like this. We need to do all this restoration. We have to correct everything. All this corruption needs to go, right? It needs to be dismantled. The 3D structure, the false matrix. We need to bring everything right side up. So it's a lot of work, and I appreciate your support, you guys. Even if you're watching, I really do. It's just like it just kind of warms my heart. So lots of blessings, many blessings, yeah. And of course, there's the hostage situations been going on here. There have been even death camps in one of those states here. And the Chimera group, what they are doing in the underground with those robotics, it's horrible. The spider beings, aliens, it's just a total disaster. So for that, we need a skillful negotiation, tactical approach to all these hostage situations, right? So... And so we have to ask for the assistance, right? And so there has been the intervention to assist the hostages of the dark forces, and the light forces. They do their best they can to assist, to improve our living conditions. Come on, just paying a rent, or sometimes I cannot even afford it, so that's why hopefully I'll see like some of my friends, they have a either place to stay, but again, there are all kinds of dynamics also at their home. So I'm just purging everything, invoking the violet flame, peace, ladies and gentlemen, here, peace on earth, so I'm just kind of doing my work, because it's kind of frustrating that people who do have big, huge places or homes, right, they need lots of clearing, cleansing of their home, house, energy field, mind, and so on. So, and of course, there is a community there, yoga community, ashram center. It's now empty. All these beautiful buildings there, and it's empty because they're afraid of the virus. Okay, well, So there are all kinds of, you see, lots of work. So we are blazing the violet flame through the entire nation, through the earth, through all the continents, right? Doing the planetary ascension, interstellar work. We're on the mission. And what else? So you guys, you have the right to call upon the Galactic Confederation for help to assist you, okay? And of course, now the Galactic Confederation has the right to implement the Galactic Codex, because the violation here on this planet has been immense, okay? And they, of course, they do have military forces, the Whiteheads, the Light Alliance, okay? So it's going to be a new army of the true soldiers, okay? Soldiers in Christ and following God's divine will. And so what else we have is it gives a legal basis for the liberation of the occupied planet with military force, the Galactic Codex, of course, yeah. And the military forces of the Confederation remove and give assistance in removal of the representatives of the dark forces, right? And set the hostages free. And of course, the Confederation forces guide the process of acceptance of the planet into the Galactic Federation, Cosmic Society, by instructing the local population. We have the guardians, we have the teachers, we have the mentors, we have the star seeds here, light workers doing wonderful work, right? YouTube channels, all these courses, education, healing centers. So that's what we are here for, right? Rehabilitating our DNA, very important, transforming, transmuting our mind so we can free ourselves from the matrix. And here we go. And so, well, some humans may feel that the Confederation has no right to intervene and the humanity has the right to solve their problems, but it's been proven that there were so many wars over the planet, and constant abuse of basic human rights have proven that humanity is not capable of handling its own situation. So that's why it's better they receive some advice from the Guardian's representative. And it is so. The Galactic Codex will finally become the universal code of ethics throughout the universe, and well, darkness will be dispersed. You know, simply those dark ones, they need to go somewhere else. And again, you know, there's a spiritual hierarchy there. There's like a galactic command, high command. They work with the Galactic Council, Andromeda Council, Syrian Council. So those guys, they are definitely in charge, as they know what's going on from much broader perspective. Globe, not only interstellar, but also galactic, cosmic perspective they have as well. So that's the Galactic Codex, guys. And I was making some notes regarding the first 10 amendments of the Bill of Rights, because it's supposed to protect the people against government tyranny. And what we're experiencing with all these mandates and you know, the lockdowns, what in the world is happening? Yeah, so finally people are awakening and doing something about it. Very important, but it has to be in non-violent action. Yeah, I mean, we do our best. I work with energies. We work with energies energetically, just kind of dissolve these energies of dispute into loving energies, so people can feel it in themselves and they can start loving themselves, forgiving themselves, reconcile, and step on the path of evolution, of ascension, of expansion, of healing, transformation. So the number one, the first, is the freedom of speech, and you have the right to assemble, right? And also to protest non-violently, freedom to pray and worship. But you know, who people are worshiping? Who are you praying for? I mean, God is within you. So that's why I do the inner work. The kingdom of heaven is within. Even Yeshua, he didn't founded that Christianity. No, that was Yeshua's teaching. He actually spoke Aramaic, Old Jewish. He was a Sufi. He was a yogi. He went to India. He studied Buddhism, Hinduism. He met Mahatavar Babaji. He was highly evolved souls, Pleiadians, right? The star from Bethlehem spaceship. Okay, then of course he already came with the ascended state, and then he went, his last initiation, he went to Egypt. Pyramids of Giza, right? For his one of those last initiations, then he went back to Middle East, right? Jerusalem, and so on. So there is lots of energetics that people still don't understand, and so it's something else when something is written, right? Something is written on a piece of paper. So the way you read it actually, and how you perceive what you read, is a state of your consciousness, right? You are what you think. Your thoughts represent yourself. Again, your thoughts represent yourself. So when you read something, right, and then you maybe start having imaginations or some kind of feelings and emotions, it's actually a reflection of you. Everything is a mirror. Right? So also what we put out there, it comes back. Like that's why very important to watch our thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And the negative ones, right? Where also the Nazis came over here with their propaganda after World War II. They did an incredible job, mind control, demoralize people, all these unethical stuff going on. Like I came over here to United States and I was shocked how people behaved, and the superficiality, artificiality. People are not thinking for themselves. They think the government will save them. And I come from a country, oh my God, don't believe in government. KGB is after you. You cannot travel, okay? And even the quality of the clothes, right? It's just everything is made in China here. It's like I already done it. I already experienced all that, so I can compare it. Coming here, so-called capitalism, but you guys, the constitution suspended under draconian terrorism, tyranny. Start to meditate, do the inner work. Going back to Christ, to light, to your inner self, to basic simplicity, being humble, just like Yeshua, right? And his Aramaic abun de bashmaya nitka de shamoch tete mal kutach. Next time we can do 108 time chants on the first verse of Lord's Prayer in Aramaic. That would be the abun de bashmaya Nitka de shamoch, abun de bashmaya, nitka de shamoch, abun de bashmaya, nitka de shamoch. That's the Father in the heaven, hallowed be thy name, right? Something. So that's the first verse of the Aramaic. But again, in Aramaic, it actually means you're going back to God, to creation, to what is, everything exists. You're going to the law of one. Everything is interconnected. The interconnectedness, the origin, that's the abun. So you see the interpretation, right? When you learn Aramaic and you're translating into English, right? Something else different when the Aramaic, Latin, from Latin, you have other languages, whether Greek, and then you have, let's say, a Russian, and then you have German, and then you have English, and it's just, what I'm saying? It loses the originality. It just does loses the originality. Also, those who speak several languages, I used to speak like, I don't know, not much, but I used to speak like 4 or 5 languages. That was just normal for me. And it's just like, Om Namah Shivaya. It's just fine how you play with the mind, or the mind is playing with you, and how those languages are kind of orchestrated in playing all these kind of interesting, whether symphony or not symphony, or melody or not melody, and people think that way, and their mentality is this way and that way in the culture. And it's good, it's very important to preserve the origin of the culture. But to me here, it's like a melting pot, and people lost their roots, the connection to even their ancestors, and forget connection to God, to source, right? It's party and porn and drinking Kool-Aid and Coca-Cola and party going on all day long, all night long. And I've been around people like that here, MD and military and colonel and captain. I'm just like, I am telling you, the Gestapo, the Nazis, the Grace, right? The Grace technology, that was a treaty back then, 1950s. They did an incredible job. So it's time to exit that nonsense, time to exit the darkness, that Kali Yuga. We are entering the Satya Yuga. the age of peace and truth and harmony and enlightenment. But anyway, so that was the freedom of speech. And of course, I do my inner prayers. And the right to keep or bear arms. Well, I'm not crazy about that. What I've experienced, all these psychotronic weapons, right now it doesn't even matter whether you guys have this or not, or that. If you're lowering your frequency vibration, you have your cell phone 5G tower, they can even stop your heartbeat. And it's silent weaponry. Oh, nobody knows. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy out there. So also you have the right, civilian elected officials are superior to the military. So I'm not sure about that. I experienced the opposite. Okay, that this is a military country, but again, this is very sensitive topic. You gotta be very careful. But I experienced the other way around. I am in the military, okay, and I can do whatever I want to do. Really. So they have the uniform code. It's the uniform code of military justice. Well, we're going to everything's going to end on the Galactic Codex. That's all I can say to that. And let me see. There's the rights prohibits government agents from conducting surveillance. It prohibits conducting surveillance on people. We're all being monitored. We're all being, whether vaccinated as children and so on. I mean, the cell phones is taking biometrics from you. They know everything, like Facebook, Twitter. You put your data there. There's surveillance everywhere. Or this is privacy. There's no privacy, guys. Here, nothing. Only within you, that sacred chamber. That's the only thing nobody can touch, because God loves you. So make that connection to God, to Source. We're children of God. So just holding on to the divine spark within your heart, that's the key. Talk about the soul connection, consciousness expansion, guys. We have to align our chakras, energy centers, align it, right? So that the more and more of that soul essence can come online. You call upon the Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit, please protect me, guide me, heal me. Bring that love back online from my heart that has been injured or traumatized or wounded. So many people have wounds, they don't even know. It's stored in their cellular density, it's stored in their aura. That's why invoking that violet flame is extremely important, is the key. Yeah. And then let me see. And also it ensures privacy and bodily integrity. Well, with all these mandates, I don't think so. Again, the 10 amendments, what is it? The 5th and 6th, it says that you are proving innocence unless proven otherwise. So this kind of, I don't understand. You come from God, from Source, but of course your actions, I mean, how you are, how you handle yourself, how you what's the word for it? Your composure, right? But again, if people, their perceptions are not clear, people don't even see. They can't even recognize. The signals are so mixed. The signals of what is right, what is wrong, or people can't distinguish between the inorganic AI signals and organic AI signals. So the people's mind is just so distorted. Some Pichu, some Ayurvedic massages, going on the sun, just purifying your mind, positive affirmations, decalcify your pineal gland, diet, drinking distilled water, purified water. It's crazy. Then what is the Bill of Rights? Guarantees the right to a jury trial. So that's why I'm coming with a new earth jurisdiction, implementation of the Galactic Codex, the consciousness of lawyers. I mean, we're galactics. Some people don't even know what it is to be galactic. They don't even know what soul it means, okay? And here we go. The Bill of Rights protects the right of the accused. I don't understand. That's why I don't understand this. I don't understand this. Like, we have to know our inner self. We have to understand the laws, the universal laws. We're energy. We're 99.9% energy. The 9 command the power of the people not the government. Yeah, we the people, we are the power, right? With the power to assemble. So that's why I'm doing whatever I'm doing, because there's so many injustices, all this violation, all this distortion of consciousness, all this retardation. It's unbelievable. It's consciousness fell deep down, and all this trash. Who is taking care of Mother Earth, nature, the recycling, beautiful gardens, domes? That's how we guys used to live in Atlantis, Lemuria, and the golden ancient Egypt. We need to restore those energies and transform those energies, especially after World War II, with all the programming, conditioning, all these experimentations from the dark ones. Okay, and let me see. Oh, with the people retain the authority in Christ, in light. Yeah. And so many beautiful people, you know, like I said, they've been shut down. Their lives have ended. So we have to be strong, and we have to do our best. We have to do whatever we can. The spiritual warriors, we have to with the guardians of America's liberty, laws, and prosperity and abundance. So that's kind of what I felt to share with you today. And of course, it's already an hour. I talk a lot, so just letting you know the 13 principles of natural laws. You can download it, or it's on Ascension Glossary. You can Google Ascension Glossary, Natural Laws, from Lisa Renee. And what she says, that we can live in conscious participation to align with the natural laws, which will support our path of Gnostic revelation during the ascension cycle and support the actualization of our purpose and mission on earth. Choosing love as our constant guide is the key to everything, as our pure heart and inner spirit would guide us through these mysteries in order to truly know ourselves. Consider meditating and reflecting on what these laws mean in your life, and notice when they're operating, intentionally choosing to work with these natural laws in the love polarity to positively impact your manifestations for achieving your highest purpose and to circulate more love and goodness on the planet. So that's what they do, and we disconnected ourselves from those universal laws. So we need to again reconnect to these universal laws and remember who we truly are. Remember our divine nature. Many blessings and namaste. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.